Susan, thanks a lot. Susan's going to give me the hook here in 5 minutes, so I'm going to make it quick. Okay. First of all, I'm here. I'm the chair of the PAC. I appreciate the opportunity to come speak with you. Specifically, I want to talk to you about the upcoming school bond election. You probably have seen the signs in the neighborhoods here in town. This is all about growth. We've got a lot of growth going on. If you're not aware, our current student population is 10,400. We've grown by 4,000 kids over the last 10 years. So we've had quite a bit of growth, and our growth really is continuing. We had a demographer that comes in every year and talks to the district and presents what their numbers look like for the next 10 years. And it really looks like between now and 2031, we could see a student population anywhere from 18,000 up to 22,000. And it really is all going to depend on how long it takes for the builders to build homes. That's really kind of the situation that we're in. And so as a result, we have to address that growth. We have to be proactive. We don't want to be reactive like some of the larger cities in Houston and Austin. We want to plan. So as a result, we've got this bond coming up. Very quickly, this bond, once again, is all about growth. This bond will not increase the school tax rate. I say it again, this bond will not increase the school tax rate. We're going to build some campuses and do some expansions within the district, and I want to talk about those very briefly. We're going to talk about 2,400 students is what we're going to expand to. We're going to build a new elementary school if the voters approve this. The first one, the west side of I-10. This will be elementary school number 8, and this will relieve pressure off of some campuses on the southern part of the district, specifically Van Robb Elementary School and Kendall Elementary School. We have portables at each of those campuses, 6 at Van Robb and 4 at Kendall. This fall, we're going to put 2 portables at Fair Oaks Ranch. So within the next couple of years, we could have 1,000 to 1,100 kids at each of those campuses. That's not a good learning environment. It's hard to manage those kids for that many. For lunch times, for example, you know, it's not right to start lunch at 10:30 in the morning and then have lunches at 1:30 in the afternoon. So we need to relieve the pressure off of those campuses and build that elementary school number 8. It's going to be off of Bernie Stage Road, behind the Mercedes dealer, right there about a mile in on the right-hand side. It's called Corley Farms is the development. It's going to be a development of about 1,300 homes. They're already putting in the water and the roads right now. That's where a lot of new families will buy homes. It will be a price point like what is over in Cielo Ranch on 3351. About $350,000 is kind of the target price point for those homes. So we see those. That's the new starting home really for our young families. And they will build those very quickly. That's where we're going to put elementary school number 8. The other thing on this bond is expansions at the secondary campuses. So we're going to expand at both of our high schools and also at 2 of our 3 middle schools except for Voss. Those expansions will allow us to push off the need for a 3rd high school and a 4th middle school until a future bond. Specifically on those high schools. Each of those high schools are going to expand 400 to 500 kids. We're going to focus specifically, as you guys are aware, Boerne ISD focuses on college ready, workforce ready, and military ready. One of the things that they're going to focus on with this bond, and once again, this is a transitionary bond, so we can push off building that 3rd high school for a while. This bond will focus on something that's called P-TECH. P-TECH, it's the pathway for technology early college high school. And these will give these young folks opportunities to be workforce ready when they finish high school with an associate's degree. For example, in technology and cybersecurity at Champion High School, they're going to put a P-TECH program in there. They already have 61 kids enrolled in that program. It will be very welcomed. Those guys will finish with an associate's degree when they get their high school diploma and then be able to go out to the workforce and get a job with a living wage. On Boerne High School, here in a few years, what they're going to use for their campus expansion is going to focus on the health sciences area. The plan is that they would like to go ahead and expand that in health sciences, potentially, once again, with an associate's degree. Maybe they can graduate with their diploma and have an associate's degree to be an LVN. Okay? So we really want to make sure that we're addressing all the needs that we can and meet needs of all of our kids across the campuses. So that's very important. And both of our middle schools are also going to get expansions just simply because we need more capacity at these campuses. Something else I'm going to touch on real quick, the legacy elementary campuses, those are our Fair Oaks, our Currington, our Kendall and Cibolo Creek. Those are our older campuses. We're going to blow out those libraries and put in what's called library hubs, build some collaborative learning spaces so that we can really give those kiddos the same opportunities, the same educational opportunities as we do for the newer campuses. I want to talk about the old admin building there at the corner of Johns Road and Main Street. We've been, have about 5 years now that's been vacant. We're going to now put that in this bond also. That's going to be repurposed. The Boerne Academy, if you're familiar with that, I had a daughter that graduated from Boerne Academy in 2015. There was a class of 12. They graduated 100 kids last year. So that program is growing. If you're not familiar with that, it's not an opportunity for kids that don't get good grades. It's for an opportunity for kids that maybe are not comfortable in that rah-rah environment at Champion High School, at Boerne High School, or for the kiddos that need to hurry up and graduate high school, so maybe they need to go get a job and help their family put food on the table. So that is going to be a program in that old admin building. Also the over 18 program. This over 18 for the special needs kids, whether it's social needs, emotional needs, that over 18 program is also going to be in there. And lastly, Dr. Price's vision is there's going to be an evening continuing education program. He's going to work that into here in the next few years, working with a local college to bring in workforce ready skills. Maybe it's HVAC or it's working on a computer and teach those kind of skills so that we can keep those kids here in the Boerne area with a living wage. Okay? One other thing I want to talk about real quick is on this bond is not a new high school. Okay, so we're not building a third high school. We're going to push that off, and part of it is just we don't need it at this point. We're going to add some capacity at those high schools that we currently have. It cost a lot of money, $120 million to open a new high school. And it's about $3 million to operate it on an annual basis. So we're going to push that off until about 27 with the idea that we would open that in 29. Okay, so that really is what I want to focus on. This bond is all about growth, and for our kids, early voting starts on April 25th. I'm sure you guys are all aware of that. April 25th, the two polling places here in Kendall County are at the Kendall County Annex across from Boerne High School. If you're in Bexar County or if you're in Comal County, that polling place is going to be Van Rob Elementary School, the old German schoolhouse out front. Early voting goes from April 25th through May 3rd. Election day is May 7th. On election day, if you're in Bexar County or in Comal, your polling place will be there at the Van Rob Elementary School. If you're in Kendall County and you vote on election day, Kendall County has a list. If you go onto the website, they have a list of 9 different locations, 8 different locations that you can go to vote. The Kendall County Annex location is not one of them. So you could go to City Hall, to the training room, and go there to vote. Our biggest adversary, quite frankly, is apathy. We need to get people to the polls. We need everybody in this community to come to the polls. So I would encourage you to come to the polls. Bring your spouse. If you have a youngster that's 18 years old or older on election day, bring them to the polls. Get them to vote. It's super, super important. One last thing. We have a Facebook page. Vote for Boerne Schools. I would encourage you to go to our Facebook page, vote for Boerne Schools. Like it, share it with your friends. We need your vote. How did I do?
Pretty good.